Pull, 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 pull. She is going to pull the rope. Pull, pull.
Oh, figure it out.
No.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm Mollie. This is Jared.
Hi, Mollie and Jared. Let me just first ask you, you guys haven't started Gemiini yet, right?
No, we haven't.
Not yet.
We're going to sign up today. Hey, my name is Mollie, and this is my husband, Jared. And 5 years ago, our daughter, Wren, was born with Down syndrome. We have 4 kids, and so our first daughter, Willow, is 8 years old and just has always been like super advanced. So when we got pregnant with our second daughter, we just kind of expected everything to go about like it did with Willow, like a good pregnancy, you know, typical developed child, all those things. And so about at 35 weeks, I went into labor. We had to have an emergency C-section. And when Wren was born, they immediately whisked her off to the NICU. So they took her to the NICU. I barely got to even catch a glimpse of her. And a few hours later, when they took us down to the NICU, the doctor spoke the words, "Your daughter has Down syndrome," or "We feel like your daughter showing a lot of physical traits of Down syndrome and a heart condition." And I think we were just in complete shock. "Is she going to be okay?" And he was like, "No, she's going to be okay." And we're like, "Okay, then we can handle it. Bring it on." We were concerned and scared at first, but then the doctor ended after his whole spiel about all the little things that they were doing for Wren. He's like, "Do you have any questions?" And really, after all of that, I think my question was, well, can I hold her? Like, I'm sitting there staring at my daughter that was just born, that we've been anticipating for all this time and prayed for and hoped for. And he was like, "Absolutely." And he just told him to take everything off, and he like just handed her to me. You know, after hearing all the scary medical stuff and hearing big words like Down syndrome, I just remember like looking at Wren and just being like, well, she looks just like her daddy. And she was ours, you know, she wasn't Down syndrome. She was our daughter and everything that we had hoped for. And yeah, we were scared, but like she was ours.
Yeah, I think the only thing, I remember similar things to Mollie. Like, there was a ton of people in the room, and they told us about the Down syndrome thing, and then they immediately went into like, there's great potential she could have a serious heart defect, and you know, so heart surgery is not out of the question. Like, they just immediately went into that. So it was kind of like they just dropped so much on us right there. I don't really remember having that much time processing it. In some ways, like, we feel very fortunate that we didn't have that anxiety during the pregnancy, because that can be very scary, and because there's so many unknowns. When you have a kid with special needs, like, you meet more doctors, you see more therapists, you see more teachers, and so it can be really confusing and, you know, can cause a lot of guilt because you want to make sure that you're giving them everything they need. But at the end of the day, like, you know, like, we know Wren better than anyone, and we know what's best for her. When she's playing with like her sister and like cousins or friends, I just like wish that she could jump in and communicate and talk with them, you know. So like when she's around like her peers, I would really love for her to be able to just play pretend and say things that I know she's thinking in her head, but she's not able to say that.
She's 5 now. For so long, like, we just wanted to be able to like hear her thoughts. She's so funny and has like, you can see the wheels turning in her mind, and it was like, we're kind of in hopeful anticipation of the day that we could have a conversation with her. And she just turned 5 in October, and we're there. She's saying things, she's bossing her sister around. It's amazing. And like, sure, for most kids that happens a lot earlier on, but we're just so thankful for it that it's like, we don't focus on the fact that she's 5 and just getting there.
We're at the Tokyo airport. We're ready to get to Beijing for sure. It's cold in Beijing.
we always like felt a calling to adopt, or knew that one day that might be part of our family story. And then after we had Wren, it was almost like immediately a no-brainer, right? I mean, I would say that if we ever did adopt, we would absolutely choose Down syndrome again. Wren just gave us like this whole new perspective on life, and in a lot of ways, like, well, in every way, really, she is the reason that Fox is with us. And so I guess Wren was 2.5 when we started the adoption process.
She was, yeah.
Yeah. And so Fox, we were matched with him.
Should we get this away from him? Probably.
Okay.
Fox and Wren are very different from each other, and that's what makes them awesome.
And then even like developmentally, like they're on 2 completely different spectrums of, you know, where Wren was at and Fox was at 4 years old, you know?
Yeah,
So,
just like our typical kids, like they both developed at different speeds and different paces.
you know, yes, like Wren and Fox have lots of delays, like, and not just speech delays, but, you know, our main goal for them is to be happy in life. And we want for them, anything that they're struggling with, for us as parents to be able to provide them with tools to like help accommodate that and make life better for them. And one of the areas where both Wren and Fox have struggled and shown the most frustration is not being able to communicate their needs or wants with us. And so we are very excited about using Gemiini to kind of help meet that need, to give them a voice, to be able to express themselves better, for us to understand like who they are as little humans better.
Well, and it's an opportunity to do that in our normal life.
Yes.
And it's not like some formal therapy session where Wren and Fox get therapy at school and at different times, but it's very isolated. And at times we don't even know like what they're working on. You know, but this is an opportunity for us to like as a family to watch the videos and hang out and kind of help them along as they go. And we'll also be able to like see those differences because we're more familiar with the process. So it's really exciting.